Council. I'm here today. I worked for 6 years as a producer on the daytime talk show The Doctors. I've been a medical producer for most of my career, celebrating the best that medicine has to offer. While on that job, I came across a story about the CDC whistleblower, Dr. William Thompson. This is a man that's come forward from the most important health agency in the country and said that they've committed scientific fraud in the MMR autism study. This is the most important study ever done on the MMR autism connection because it was the last one ever paid for by the United States government. Dr. Thompson has provided 4 hours of confession to the fraud at the CDC along with 10,000 documents that back up this claim. And we've made a movie about it called VaXxed, and we're traveling all over the country. I think this is one of the most important stories in the nation right now. Our children are in harm's way of a defective vaccine and no one is protecting them, most specifically the most important health agency in the country. I also want to point out that when this film was accepted by the Houston World Fest, the Honorable Sylvester Turner Mayor, you set out and threatened that festival to take our film out of the festival. So I'm not quite sure why you thought it was important to censor free speech and free thought in the face of such incredible claims by one of our top scientists from the CDC. I would appreciate it if you would take a look at this issue. I understand, just as you did, as a medical professional working in journalism, that it's very hard to accept these claims, but they are real. And one of your own congressmen from Florida stood up in front of our Congress and pleaded with the Congress to subpoena Dr. William Thompson. The risks are extreme amongst African-American boys, 3.64 times more likely to develop autism if this vaccine is given between 12 and 18 months versus waiting till after 3 years old. They threw that information in a garbage can and destroyed all of their files, is what Dr. William Thompson tells us. There's also a group called Isolated Autism.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Your time has expired. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Councilmember Christie.
It's Mr. Bigtree?
Bigtree, correct. Thank you.
I checked, and if I'm not mistaken, the movie's going to be shown in City Center tonight.
That's correct.
I checked. I'd like to go see it, but it's sold out.
I will get you a seat if you'd like to be there. We'll have a ticket waiting for you.
Give me two?
Sure. Thank you.
All right. So
And anybody else on the council, I'd be happy to provide a free link to the film also if you'd like to see it.
We're limited in our minutes, but I'll get to a question here in a minute. But check CBS channel last night, channel 11 locally. It supports you from the district attorney of Bexar County very strongly. And the basic concept, you are correct. Stay the course. And I just finished a book on Winston Churchill, and he kept warning about the menace that was going to encompass the world. And everybody scoffed at him. Everybody ridiculed him until the Nazis started taking over the entire world. There's an overpreponderance of over-treatment and not believing in Mother Nature and the Father of Mother Nature when it's built into the system already. And money is the driver. It is from the first swine flu inoculation started the over-vaccination of these kids. That's a disease that never came, and it killed 27 people. Read the government report. And $1 billion in lawsuits against the federal government. We've got to wake up. The insult to children's young cells with foreign chemicals, it will have side effects. So watch that Channel 11 from last night, and you just say, oh, it doesn't happen too often. If it's your child, it's the world to you. Stay with the concept. I wish you well at the movie tonight.
Thank you very much. We'll have 2 tickets waiting for you. Thank you all for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being present.
Oh, and I'm told I will pay you for those tickets.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Wakefield, to be followed by Ms. Bellatoni.
Mr. Mayor, Councilman, and women, it is a pleasure to be here. I am the director of the movie VaXxed, and I want to say that I have, as a physician, been in this battle for vaccine safety for 20 years. I represent millions of parents in this country who were not themselves anti-vaccine at all. They took their children to be vaccinated on time, and their children paid a huge price. The movie and our position is not, explicitly not, anti-vaccine. It is about making vaccines safe and effective for children. And the rhetoric that is put out there by the media in order to dismiss the parents' arguments and the arguments of those few physicians who can stand up to the pressures put on us is appalling, and it has to stop. On this auspicious occasion of the birthday of Houston, I would like to offer you, Mr. Mayor, a copy of the movie, and I encourage you to watch it. But do so with caution, because once you have watched it, you cannot unknow the fact that a senior scientist from the CDC has said, we have lied, we have known that MMR vaccine is causally associated with autism for 14 years, and we have put millions of children in harm's way, and we have done it recklessly and deliberately, and I am appalled and ashamed by my actions. I will leave this for you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much.
Thank you. 1 second. Councilman Christie.
Dr. Wakefield, you're a hero of mine, because you're holding the ground on something that it's being sold to this country. No other country has sold the drugs that this country is. We're over-medicated. But let me tell you about the CDC. So I just made a slide. Every year they've got a new flu vaccine, and they don't listen to the side effects or anything like that. So the CDC, I just made a slide at it, and they asked me, well, what are you going to do? And I said, well, you can prevent the flu. Scoffed at it a little bit. CDC puts out a statement. Dr. Christie can exercise, eat right, sleep well, and he's still going to catch the flu. It's asinine. That's unscientific. People that understand the human body and the immunology that we're born with, you can prevent disease. And for them to say that, they don't understand physiology, immunology, anything like that. So, taking your stand, I admire what you do. I compare you to Churchill, so keep up the good work.
Very much appreciate your comments, sir.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being here.
And second.
Okay, Ms.